Hey, JC here for retirecheap.asia. What do you say we jump in the Rippermobile and go find some more cool stuff? You know, it's beach time for me, and I got salt water in my veins. And so we've seen Koh Chang, we've seen Cha Am, we've seen Hua Hin, and where else could we check out? How about we jump in the Rippermobile here and we head off to what foreigners call Krabi. Not the way Thai people say it, but everybody that says it in English will say Krabi because it's K-R-A-B-I. Now, most people are familiar with Krabi because of Phuket's in that area. You could even say that Koh Samui is in that area. But I want to see what's available around Krabi, just to see what beaches are there and see if it's livable. I hear there might be a couple foreigners living there. Also, I want to tell you that as you're traveling, if you're traveling by vehicle, driving, and you're going down to Krabi, you're going to, it's about an 8-hour drive from Hua Hin and Cha Am, and about 10 hours from Bangkok. So if you're going, you know, we're familiar back in the West with rest areas and truck stops and stuff like that. Well, if you're on the roads in Thailand, you're going to be looking for these places. And these are like service centers put out by a company called PTT. And they're inclusive with gas pumps, but they also have 7-Elevens, some have KFCs, Dairy Queens, all sorts of stuff, coffee shops. So this is where you'll gas up and you'll get food and you'll take your rest. So if you're looking for a place to take a pit stop, these are the places that you go to. But we're going to head south and to some more humid and rainy weather because it is rainy season. And we'll see what's available down around Krabi. See ya. We're in Ao Nang, and I'm really excited to check out the beaches and the surrounding beaches around this area. So come along with me. We're going to go check things out and see what the place has to offer. I'm actually staying at the Ao Nang VIP Hotel, which isn't fancy, but I got the room for less than $20 a night, and I'll show you what it looks like. And hey, it's got a good view of the limestone cliffs behind me. So we're on our way, a new adventure. I'm excited. Come with me, check it out. Okay, so this is VIP guest house. I want to show you for 500 baht a night what you can get. So it's basically a standard room with a large king-size bed, hot water, coffee service there, and TV, small refrigerator, makeup stand, wardrobe for your clothes, has air conditioning, bathroom with hot water, tile floor, tile walls, and what's really nice about it, it's got a little balcony here. But what's cool about this is the view is gorgeous of I think they're limestone formations out the back. So there you go. So it's a basic room for 500 baht a night, and but it suffices. And if you're looking for it, it's right across the street from, almost right across the street from the post office in Ao Nang. So if you need a room, oh, good breeze too, huh? If you need a room, this is an option. And Jose is the owner. Very nice guy. He'll help you out with whatever you need as far as sightseeing or just getting to know the place. So check out VIP Hotel. Well, welcome to Andaman. I can tell you, Krabi is very beautiful. The first thing that hits you when you get to the beach is the stunning beauty of the rocks in the water, the outcroppings of rocks. Very, very cool. So as you can see, they're all along the water. Now today is not a sunny day, so we have an overcast sky and a wind, but I really like it because it's cool. And as you get further south into the tropics, you can see that it gets very hot and humid, and today is not like that at all. It's very pleasant. So this is the upside of being here in the rainy season. I did Koh Chang last year, and I really liked it there for the same reason. The water today wouldn't be swimmable, but I'm sure it's clear when it is. And some of the first things you're going to notice, like I said, is the beauty of the place. But also, you're going to notice a couple things. There's a lot of Russian signs, so there's a large Russian contingent here around Krabi. And also, the hijab. Hijab is the headdress worn by Muslim women. If I pronounce that incorrectly, I'm very sorry. It doesn't matter. As long as you understand what I'm talking about. This is a big issue about my pronunciation of Thai words and stuff. But anyway, you're going to notice a large Muslim population. For some people, I've got this before, when they comment on my site or on YouTube, oh my gosh, the Muslim, don't worry about it. If you're coming over, I've never been treated any way but pleasant and friendly by the Thai Muslims, just as I do the Thai Buddhists. So don't let that bother you at all. Great people. Unless you go to the deep south at the border, it isn't going to be a problem. So anyway, we're going to explore around. I'm going to show you where I had lunch. I had a great lunch for, 30 baht. Oh my God. So you can come to a place like this, resort area at the beach, and really eat cheap as well. And I can tell you, it's got a real tropical beachy feel, as opposed to Hue Hin and Cha Am. It's got a resort feel or a touristy feel, but does not have that tropical feel. And this place does, so I love it. I love the tropics. Anyway, we're going to report some more to you in just a little bit. But until then, JC out. Beautiful bird, huh? Hey! So you're probably wondering, if I go to Krabi or Andaman and I want to eat on a Category 1 budget, is it possible to eat decent food on a Category 1 budget here at the beach? Well, the answer is yes. There's one such place that if you're in Andaman and you're across the street from the post office, there's a restaurant called Tings. And Tings is a Muslim restaurant. No, you don't have to be Muslim to eat here. And the cool thing about this is at lunchtime, they set up these containers of pre-cooked curries. And curries are primarily found in the south of Thailand, so they do a really good job of that. So I'm having some curry, and it's over noodles. What I like to call rice vermicelli is what I call them, but they're called kanamjin, and they're white noodles, and then you put the curry over, and then they give you a basket of vegetables and condiments that you can put on there as well. You need to try it out, the condiments, because you can put fresh basil on top, bean sprouts, you can put all sorts of stuff on top of this. Dried chilies, all sorts of cool stuff. So it's worth giving it a try. Oh, how much? This bowl, and it's coconut milk based. So this bowl is 30 baht. So at the current exchange rate is just over $1 US. So Great meal for an inexpensive price, and especially if you like curries. And I know a lot of people back home in Thai restaurants, that's one of their specialties are curries. So we get used to eating them, then you come over, and it's not primarily a staple food for Thai people, except if you're Muslim. So there you go. But I'm going to dig in and enjoy. Oh, this one actually is crab. This is curry with crab. They get curry with chicken. They have all sorts of ones that you can spoon out. So they'll put the kenamjin on the plate, the noodles, and then you spoon the one you want over the top, and then come sit down and enjoy the condiments with it. All right. Hope that's helpful. And I'm going to dig in. Let's see it. Now there's two areas around the Ao Nang. In fact, there's a number of beaches around Ao Nang, and one is Ao Nang itself, and the other one is Nap Prat Beach as well. You can swim, you can hang out, you can build sandcastles, you can do all sorts of stuff. Another cool thing along the beach is this walkway. There's a little walkway so you can walk along between the beach and the road. And so the beach is accessible to you. And you can walk by and enjoy the breeze and enjoy the ambiance of the water and sit down on benches. Very cool. So something's really nice as well. Now, another thing you're going to notice as you're driving along the beach, a lot of little shops and everything. I'll show you some of those. But we also have the presence of the large chains, Western chains. We have Starbucks, Burger King, all the large chains are here, as well as the large chain hotels as well. So there's a strong presence of a business here, along with all the little shops and the dive shops, gift shops, coffee shops, and all the other stuff you'd expect in a tourist area. nice things, because you're going to be so far in the south if you go to Ao Nang and you're going to be living there, it's going to be very far to the south. So traveling by vehicle, a four-wheel or two-wheel vehicle, is going to be a little bit difficult and time-consuming. The easiest way to get to Krabi is going to be to fly. So Krabi has an airport. Krabi Airport is about 30 minutes or so from Ao Nang. The easiest way is to fly in and take the bus. They have buses that go to Ao Nang from the airport, which cost about 150 baht. So there you go. If you're trying to get in and out to get home to Ao Nang, this would probably be the easiest way to do it. And you could get a bus and go right to the beach. So there you go. Easily accessible if you're living in the south at the beach. I talked about before about being able to fly in and taking the bus to get to Ao Nang. And so here's some of these specials that they're running now. Here's Bangkok Airways from Krabi to Bangkok, 1,540 baht. And we also have, this is Thai Airlines. You'll see this little promotion here. Thai Airlines, they have it for 1,750 and 1950 depending on which airport you're going to go to. Remember, we have Krabi Airport and we also have Phuket Airport, which isn't far away either. And some routes, like if you're flying into Isan, you can fly direct from Phuket. And so it might take you a couple hundred baht to get from Krabi to Phuket and then catch the flight from there, but it's a direct flight, so it saves you time and some money. So these are things to keep in mind when you want to come to Krabi or Ao Nang. Hey, I want to talk to you about transportation for a few minutes. Transportation, well, I've been at Ao Nang and I rented the motorbike. This is a Honda Scoopy. I think it's I'm not sure if it's 110 or 120 cc. Anyway, it gets you around real good, not a problem here. And it's costing me about 200 baht a day. Some people have asked 250. I've seen 250, but I've never seen less than 200. You might be able to find it, I'm not sure. But anyway, 200 baht a day. Now, you know, if you've been watching my videos, I'm not a fan of giving up my passport to people, especially if you're going to rent the thing for a month. And I didn't get a monthly price, but you can always get a better deal for a month. So, I'm not a big fan of giving up my passport as a deposit. So, here's a strategy for you. And this is what I did. I rented from a place called NIT, N-I-T, motorbike rentals. And it's on the main road coming into Ao Nang. And what I did is, if you're living here, more than likely you're going to get licenses, driver's licenses. You should have one for a car and a motorcycle. They have two separate licenses. Get both just so you have them. You might want to rent a car one day if you're going to be living here. So what I did is, because I'm renting the motorcycle, I'm not going to be driving a car around. What I did, instead of giving them my passport, I gave them my driver's license for my automobile as my deposit, along with a copy of my passport. And that, I didn't have to leave a deposit in cash or anything like that. A lot of times, if you're not going to leave your passport and you don't have anything to leave as a deposit, it's going to be cash. So something to keep in mind, getting around on a small motorbike like this, it's a lot of fun, especially at the beach. It's cool. So there you go, some transportation tips. And while we're talking about transportation, I want to talk to you about a couple forms of transportation around Ao Nang. One's going to be the motorcycle taxis like this. And it's interesting to see how each town develops their own style of transportation. I've never seen the setup like this in other Thai cities, but I have seen different styles of tuk-tuks and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, here's some motorcycle taxis. These are negotiable forms of transportation. Usually what's going to happen is you're going to pay 20 baht to go around within a short distance per person on the bike. Anything longer distance than what they consider as close by is going to be costing you more money per person. So that's one form of transportation. The other form is these songtaos you see running around. That's a private one. See, it's blue or black, that's private. The public ones around here are going to be white songtaos. And the white ones do local runs around the city. So here you see one that says it goes to the bus station, Ao Nang, and Krabi down. Krabi, this is a white one. So these run around here locally, and they run 20 baht per person in town. Again, if you're going to run out of town further, it's going to cost you more than 20 baht. And the other ones you're going to see running around are going to be red ones. They're going to be the same like this, but red. But those are not local. What happened is somebody is, those run around in Krabi town, and they're 20 baht as well. But if you're going to run all the way out here, and that's why we see some red ones out here, then it's a lot more money. It can be 40 baht per person, 50 baht per person, something like that. And that's why you'll see red ones out here as well. But white ones are the normal ones that run around. So there you go. Transportation around Ao Nang. Well, got a nice sunny day. You know, it's rainy season. I'm in Ao Nang, rainy season. So you get a lot of rains, a lot of cloud cover. It's been really cool. So this is why I travel during rainy season. For two reasons, really. One is because it's cooler, I think, because of the cloud cover, but also there's a lot less people where you go. And prices get cheaper. So it's a great time to head to the beach, and as you can see, the water today looks beautiful. Now, speaking of the water, I want to talk about something for a second. Because some people say, well, if Ao Nang is on the Andaman Sea side, isn't that where they had the tsunamis? Yes, Ao Nang did have the tsunami hit. And so you don't need to really worry too much about that anymore, because since then they put this warning system in. So if you can see, now there's towers. There are towers like this that will warn people when the tsunamis come. There's a detection system in place now that will detect the large wave as it comes across buoys across the water, way out there, which will trigger these alarm systems throughout Thailand. And so you don't have to worry so much about the tsunami anymore. But I will say this, if you're at the beach and the water recedes really quick, and in a few minutes or so you see the water disappear, I would take off and head for higher ground. But that's just me.